The men WHO had their wishes. Once there was a merchant who sold cloth, but whose business was not very prosperous. At last he was so poor that he decided to travel to another part of the world and see if he could make his fortune. So he packed up all that was left of his cloth and set out. On his way, he met a carpenter. The two fell into conversation, and the merchant found that the carpenter's plight was just as bad as his own. "I do fine work," said the carpenter sadly, "but people at home do not appreciate good work." "Like you, I am off to make my fortune elsewhere," said the carpenter. "Let us travel together then," said the merchant. A little while later, they met a woodchopper going the same way. The woodchopper told them he was tired of chopping wood all day. "My back aches and it is getting more and more bent," he grumbled. "Besides, it's not worth it. I make hardly enough money to keep myself." They walked and walked until at last they felt very tired and decided to rest by the side of the road. The woodchopper cut some wood and they made a small fire to warm themselves. Before long, an old woman came along and sat with them. "What a pity," said one, "that people cannot have what they wish." "Perhaps it is better that they cannot," put in the old woman. "After all, if we all had what we wished for, it might be a very bad thing for us and for other people too." "You say that only because you have seen nothing of the world," said the merchant. "Now if I had everything I wish for, I should soon be rich and happy." "What would you wish for?" asked the old woman. "I would wish that everything I pull should grow long," said the merchant. "As for me," said the carpenter, "I wish that everything I put together might remain so tightly fixed that it would never come apart." "If everything I struck fell to pieces at once," said the woodchopper, "think how much wood I could cut." The old woman smiled in a knowing way. "I am sure you are wrong," she said. "You shall have your wishes, and we shall see who is right." And with that she went off down the road. The next morning, the woodchopper struck his hand against a tree stump, and at once it split in two. The carpenter joined the pieces, and they held together firmly. Then the merchant pulled a length of cloth from his pack, and it grew longer and longer until it was 10 times its former length. Thinking of his good fortune, the merchant began to stroke his face with his hand. Without realizing it, he gave his nose a little tug, and it began to grow longer and longer until it was 3 or 4 times as long as before. The others caught sight of it and burst out laughing. The woodchopper laughed until the tears ran down his face, but his legs split in two, and he could not straighten up again. The carpenter clapped his hands in despair, and they stuck fast. "We should have listened to the old woman," sighed the merchant. As they sat there musing on their foolishness, they saw the old woman coming down the road towards them. The travelers told her they had been foolish and begged to be as they were before. "If you truly feel that way, your wish shall be granted," said the old woman, and she went off down the road. The merchant felt his nose, and it had returned to its former size. The woodchopper found that he could get to his feet once more. The carpenter clapped his hands for joy when he found they were free again. All 3 men turned round and went home. From that time on, nothing was too much trouble for them, and they worked hard and lived useful, contented lives. Moral: true happiness lies not in idle wishing, but in hard work and contentment with honest effort.